I've only got 1 or 2 plans for April. Honest. My April sewing plans are, well, simple but giant at the same time. I am planning on having a completely knit making month except for one project, and that is for a specific reason which I will get to. But the rest of the fabrics I have out and next to me are all from my Anaconda Anthesis, saying it correctly now, collection. And as you can see, there is a giant hole there, and yeah, I've taken all of my knit fabrics out of this collection, and I'm going to show them to you and give you a quick recap on what I think I want to make with each of them. First up, I have some ivory cotton jersey. I've had this in my stash for a really long time, and I bought it to use as an underlayer for the 7319, which I have done, and there is enough here to make a short sleeve t-shirt. I'm not sure if it's going to be the wanted tee, which I really like in cotton jersey, not so much in viscose I've discovered, or if it's going to be a short sleeved gable, but it's going to be one of those two things. I actually don't have a plain this kind of colour cotton t-shirt in my wardrobe at all. I did have some stark white ones, and they actually really don't suit me since I've had my colours done. I think I'm going to be referring to my colours for the rest of my life, which is kind of the point. But yeah, I've had my colours done. Stark white's not great for me. My friend has those t-shirts, and now I'm going to make myself an ivory one with the leftovers that I have. So it's going to have to be short sleeve because I haven't got a lot of fabric, but it's going to be a useful piece for the capsule collection that you can see back there. And if you haven't seen the capsule collection planning video, I will link to that up here and also in the description down below if you want to have a deeper delve into all of the fabrics and my plans for them. Next, we have a viscose jersey. So this one has a kind of like heathered marl effect over it. Again, it's a cream, so a really good colour for me. I have 2 meters of this, so I should have enough for 2 t-shirts, although I do have plans to play around with the gable tee. I'm going to take the neckline off because it's got like a deep fold back, so you can have just a slash neck, and I'm going to steal the neckline from the Powler tee because that fits me really well, but I really like the body of the gable. Depending on which way round, I'll end up retracing one of them with the neckline from the other kind of thing. So that's going to give me my basic knit block. Now I do have the Susie Furrer sloper class, and I have made my woven sloper. They do talk you through all the adjustments and changes that you can make to that to make it fit you as a knit sloper, but the gable t-shirt fits me perfectly and I love how that looks, and it's a really plain and basic t-shirt which is going to be great to manipulate because I want to add in gathering and ruching and some interest, which I plan on doing in this colour and a couple of the other colours that I have coming up. I'm not sure if this is going to work, so I do have some wearable muslin fodder in some brown colours that are nice colours, but they're not quite spring vibrant browns, which spring does have a couple of browns in its palette, and I do like. I've given them to my mum, but she has made 4 t-shirts from them already and there's a bunch left over, so I'm going to use that as wearable muslin fodder for this ruched kind of very Bianca-esque t-shirt. It's definitely Bianca that I'm taking inspiration from for that particular piece. So hopefully one of these t-shirts, because there will be 2, will be a ruched one, and then again either the gable or the Adrian or the Renfrew t-shirt. I have been threatening t-shirt week for what seems like 6-7 years now, and this is probably going to be the closest it's going to get, because I am going to film the whole process of making all these t-shirts, doing the alterations, making them wearable muslins, all that thing. That's going to be the closest thing to t-shirt week that we're going to get to. I have a bunch more t-shirt patterns in my pattern stash, and I don't think I want to experiment with any of them because I love the ones that I've listed: the Wanted tee, the Adrian blouse, the Gable tee, the Powler tee, the Renfrew tee. That's 5. Also the Sew Over It cowl neck tee, although I've kind of gone off that cowl neck. I think it's because I need to retrace a slightly smaller size. It was always a little bit baggy on me, and I'm not sure I like that. But I have 5 or 6 patterns that I love, and I'm planning on doing another one. So that's going to be my version of t-shirt week. Is I've tried all these patterns, these are the ones that I've absolutely love and why, and here's how we can tweak them to make them even more me, because I have modified most of them. I'll run through very quickly the other jerseys that I've got. So I've got this kind of like mid blue denim, I've got this French navy, then I have got this sky blue one here. These are all from the Anaconda Anthesis Collection. They are all viscose jerseys from Minerva.com. Unfortunately, they don't have this base in stock anymore. They had it in 125 colours. I think I ended up with 40 of them. There's still more behind me. There may be more that get added to this pile for this month if I enjoy this process as much as I think I'm going to. I might go through and pick out some of the greens that I've got. There's some reds and some oranges back there as well. So t-shirts, there will be many t-shirts made. Well, there's going to be at least sort of 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. There's going to be at least 9 wearable to be seen everyday t-shirts, and then at least a couple of muslins as well. So t-shirts, lots and lots of t-shirts. Have I said t-shirts enough? Has it lost all meaning for you? Because it's kind of losing all meaning for me. The next thing that I have is still a giant pile of fabric next to me, and I've got 3 of the knit fabrics that I got from Pound Fabrics. I've got this sky blue, I've got 2 meters of this sage green, which actually shows up quite grey on camera, but I promise it's a sage green. Yeah, it's not quite the right colour on camera, but sage green, and they do have a few colours of this one left, and I will link to those in the description down below. And then I've also got this mustard yellow one, which we know I've got the sample from Minerva, and I got this one from Pound Fabrics. They only have very limited colours of this one left, and I'm very tempted by the chocolate brown because it would go so well with so much of my wardrobe. So I'm very tempted to go back and get that. My only criticism of Pound Fabrics is that you have to buy 2 meters. You can't buy half meters. So I have 2 meters of all 3 of these, which is going to be used to make the McCalls 7589, 7289. It's going to be made the little Shrug. I have found a similar indie pattern that I will list in the description for you down below, because the McCalls pattern is out of print, but I absolutely love that, and I've made a bunch of them. I've still got 2 in my wardrobe because the other ones that I made were out of very scratchy polyester knits that I kind of got from the textile centre to experiment with. They were not fun to wear, so actually my friend didn't mind them too much, so she's taken them. I have gone back and found something that feels lovely. This is a cotton fabric and it feels really nice. I think these ones are cotton as well, and again they feel soft. There's no scratchiness to these whatsoever, which I love. So all 3 of these fabrics are going to be the McCalls Shrug, and I am going to have leftovers because the McCalls Shrug does have some design pieces that I will need to make tweaks to. The fold back is not necessary. The original pattern says something like chiffon or lightweight fabrics, and I'm not ruling out using this bright green viscose jersey that I've got 4 meters of, so I'm not ruling out making a t-shirt and a Shrug out of that. And that one I would do the double layer with the turn back collar and cuffs, but for these heavier weight fabrics that's just going to be too much fabric in that particular area. So I'm going to show you how I alter the pattern to work for the fabric type that I want to use, even though it's wildly different to the fabric type that the pattern recommends. So 3 Shrugs out of these 3 knits, and then as I say I will have leftovers, so I'm kind of dreading sewing with these. I have absolutely no idea if they're going to behave themselves or not, although this edge is cut and it's not fraying actually, thinking about it, so fingers crossed this shouldn't be too hideous to work with. If it isn't, then like I say, I'll go back and get the chocolatey brown of this particular one, and maybe the orange and the cream of this one because those would be very useful in my wardrobe. But yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to and dreading working with these at the same time because I've not worked with a fabric like this before and it's going to be interesting. But those 3 will be getting made, and then whatever I have left, I think I've tried to say this now 3 times, whatever I have left I'm going to see if I can combine it with each other, or maybe with the fabric that I'm going to show you now for like a kind of patchwork style jumper or something. I know I'm going to have pieces left, so I've got to work out something to do with them, because these fabrics, whilst they weren't super expensive, £30 a metre if you buy it from Minerva, £12.99 if you buy it from Pound Fabrics, they were not inexpensive either, so I want to get the most out of what I've got. So yeah, I'm going to play around with the leftovers, and then I have my final knit fabric is this taupe coloured or mink coloured ponte that I got from the fabric room. I have already made an 8145 jumper out of this, which I absolutely love, and I do have some fabrics back there that kind of go with this that I'm planning on maybe making a couple of 8145s with if I have enough left over, because I'm going to be making myself some of the 7634 jogging bottoms with this to match that jumper, and then also the Rigel Bomber Jacket with this cuffing that I got from Etsy, and I will list to you down below, and it's cream yellow and the chocolatey brown, and I think it looks really nice with this. And then I have some of the fluffy dark bottle green leftovers to line the Rigel Bomber Jacket, which I think is going to look really, really lovely. And I kind of wear the Rigel Bomber Jackets that I've made infrequently, but more as cardigans than I do as jackets, so having a plain one that's going to go over a lot of other things is going to be really, really good. You have to buy a minimum of 3 meters of fabric from the fabric room, so I actually went ahead and got 5 from this because of the 2 things that I wanted to make. But like I said, I think I'm going to have enough left over to do the kind of cuffs, collar and waistband of a couple of jumpers from some of the French terry I've got back there, which is not in the Anaconda Anthesis collection, but I would like to get made up. So that is the last piece of knit fabric that I want to tackle this month. The one woven project that I have and need to get made up is my gala dinner dress. Now, I was going to be making it from some rose print silk that I've got back there, but I want to use a particular pattern that I don't fit into at the moment, so I'm going to use another pattern and another fabric, this one, which I absolutely love. I got this from Stitch Fabrics a while ago. I saw it and I just couldn't resist. I have 5 meters of it. It's a beautiful viscose, and I'm going to be making the 8997 with it. I didn't know what to make with this for the longest time because it's one of those fabrics that is just so beautiful. It was like, I don't want to make the wrong thing with it, so I got fabric paralysis and ended up making nothing with it, so it's been in the stash for a while now. I absolutely love the 8997. I think it's a gorgeous dress, and I do think you can dress it both up and down. So I plan on making as long a version of that dress as I can from this fabric. Probably, in fact, definitely sleeveless is going to be the strappy version, because that way I can wear different things over the top of it. If I put on the big flutter sleeves, I probably would want a shorter skirt as well, not quite the max. It's not quite maxi, it's lower calf, but I absolutely love that dress. There is a full sew along for it on the channel. I've made 2 so far, one in print, one in plain. I think this is going to be an absolutely beautiful version of that dress, and it's going to look really good for my gala dinner, birthday night dinner dress. It's an easy make, and I have everything that I need in stock to make it. So yeah, that's my woven project for the month, and as I say, for a very specific reason it has to get made, and that's why it's not something from the Anaconda Anthesis collection, because nothing back there is dressy enough, or that I want to turn into a dressy. It's not the right fabric for the project is what I'm trying to get at, which is why I'm going outside of the Anthesis collection. What do you think of my picks for this month and my plans for this month? I am excited and I think I can do all of them. The majority of them are very easy and quick knit projects. It wouldn't surprise me if I get all the shrugs done in one day. I am very much looking forward to the challenge, and also having all the finished pieces to add into the capsule collection that I styled with Nicola, that I am only wearing for the next month, probably longer, to be honest. I'm really excited about all of these projects, so let me know in the comment section down below which you're looking forward to seeing and why. If you've enjoyed this video, you might want to check out this one here.